These directions help the visual and auditory learner with spatial intelligence and logical intelligence because they are a sequential analysis of the assignment. Begin with the graphic organizer that allows you to see the relationships in a complex task. Step 2 tells you where to find the graphic organizer for the assignment and reiterates the assignment for this session listed in the syllabus and the session folder. To write an effective grammar or revision lesson, you need to focus on only one aspect of writing that includes punctuation, usage, or appropriate vocabulary for a selected audience. For example, students may be unaware that 24/7 is a colloquialism that is unacceptable usage for continually in a formal essay. That think outside the box is a very tired cliche. Or that kids is slang for students or pupils. From an analysis of student writing, you may also find that students are unaware of how to punctuate a complex sentence correctly, contingent upon the placement of the dependent clause. The readings will help you as you complete the lesson plan outline and your rationale for each lesson element. Review the grammar, usage, and punctuation rules in the readings and video for Session 4. Also, make certain to reread the posting on lesson elements in the Session 1 readings, as this is critical to your understanding and success in writing an effective lesson. As you plan this lesson, include any worksheets that will give you formative assessment. This is a critical necessity for any teacher to know what his or her students are learning during a lesson. It is also a component of the EDUC511D certification examination rubric in seeing how the teacher candidate uses knowledge of students to justify the planning supported by principles of research and theory. That means you are using a Madeline Hunter lesson plan model supported by reasons based on sound educational theory. Remember, this is a 40 to 45 minute lesson. Do not try to do too much. Again, focus on one aspect of language and look especially at the models posted to guide you. Peer writing groups enable students to learn something more than once. They are an essential part of proofreading and editing in the writing process. Pupils are given an opportunity to incorporate their new knowledge into their schema or experiential background. Then, the youngsters practice what they have learned by applying it to each new situation as members of their group submit a piece of writing focusing on a certain skill of using apostrophes correctly in possessives or the appropriate use of commas in compound sentences, for instance. The key here is to have a good rubric or checklist by which students can judge their peers' work. Look at my lesson to see where pre-assessment, formative, and summative assessments are used based on educational theory. To prepare you for the tasks and 15-point rubric required for certification as a secondary English teacher, you need to consider a pre- or diagnostic assessment, which is inherent in the Do Now. This information will tell you what students already know or need to learn. Again, review the postings on different types of assessment in the Session 2 readings. Make certain that you know formative assessment comes during instruction. You may get formative assessment from student writing, speaking, or body language as you scaffold the student's prior knowledge to connect it to a new concept for integration into their schema. If a youngster shakes his or her head no, or looks bewildered when asked a question, you must adjust your instruction to make certain everyone in the class understands what you are teaching so they can achieve the aim of the lesson. The notations for the educational theorists who support your actions in lesson planning are listed in various readings throughout the course as indicated in the table of contents in the Welcome Start Here section. Each annotated lesson that focuses on one of the elements in the EDUC511D rubric is highlighted in green in the table of contents. Checking the rubric is a very important step. It allows you to see at what level you are meeting all the requirements of the assignment. Beginning the assignment with the end in mind, or using backwards design as explained in the readings for Session 7, allows you to tailor your lesson to what is expected. Leave enough time for you to go back to the original lesson you write, so you can revise and polish it. Once you have completed the assignment, you will be answering metacognitive questions about the process you went through as you worked. This will help you see your strengths and weaknesses, as well as the strategies you can use to maximize your efforts in the future. Now that the assignment is complete, you are ready to submit the Word file to Blackboard. Do not post to the message box in the assignment area, as your work will be returned. The next step takes you through the submission process for Blackboard. Please make certain to adhere to all deadlines which are posted in the course calendar, as this class has many requirements, and if you fall behind in your work, it will be very difficult to catch up. Please also be aware that in Blackboard, discussions are due by 8 p.m. on Monday nights, and assignments are due by 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights throughout the term. You have 2 electronic portfolios which you access by self-enrolling into TaskStream using the information in the Welcome Start Here session for the EDUC511 electronic portfolio and the Secondary Education Program. TaskStream assignments have various due dates, which you can see as you click on the hyperlinks in your ePortfolio. Please adhere to these dates. You will get email reminders, but you can anticipate when assignments are due by using the course calendar and clicking on each date. At this point, you should have successfully completed the assignment and its requirements for this session. The final slide explains that each assignment has a number corresponding to the class session. Look in course materials for that week to find the assignment, its rubric, a linguistic explanation, a PowerPoint explanation, and video step-by-step instructions, as well as the professors and former student models.